Alright. Today, guys, we'll be doing another gear review. Today we'll be reviewing the RCBS Hand Priming Tool. And I purchased this from Palmetto State Army. They had a sale a while back and got a good deal on it, but you can get it for 34 bucks from Amazon. You can check the price on Midway USA Brown Ales or Palmetto State, and it'll probably be around that price. Just check and see what you get the best deal on. I chose the RCBS over other priming tools, such as I have a Hornady on my press. Didn't like it. It was always giving me trouble. And then I have tried the Lee before. I didn't like the Lee because the shell holders you had to purchase from them, and every time you want to change your shells, say you're changing calibers, it was a pain in the ass. The shell holders are aggravating. And say you took and went to go prime up, let's see, a casing that's a 223 or 556 NATO casing, and it had a crimp primer, and say the primer only went in halfway through the primer pocket. You've got to take and find a way to get that out if you want to prime any more shells. So the best way to do that, I guess, it would be really hard on a lead, but on this one, all you got to do is disassemble the hand priming tool and put it into your press and pop out that primer and start all over again. You can discard your casing if you want to, or you can re-swag out your primer pocket to accept another primer, whatever you like, but it's a lot easier on this RCBS. But anyways, I'll show you guys some of the features of this RCBS and how to put it together and whatnot. This comes with everything you need to do, large and small primer pockets. The tray on it has a little bitty raised ridges, so you can see how to take and load it up and get the primers facing up and whatnot. Yeah, so let's open it up. Comes in a nice box, yada yada. Everything does. Here's your priming tray, and here is your priming apparatus. Sometimes it gets hung up. It needs a little bit of oil, but other than that, I mean, it's smooth operator, kind of like me. But yeah, comes with two of these priming pins. This is the one for the large primer pockets, and they're flat on one side and curved on the other. You want to make sure that you have the flat facing up towards the primer pocket. But I'm just going to put this right here, put it to the side, because we're not going to be doing any larges today, and we're going to be doing smalls. And put that down there. But yeah, okay. So it has this connector rod from the handle, and all you gotta do is squeeze it, and it shoots a primer up into your case, and let it loose, and it goes down, and another primer will feed into the tray. Yeah. So it's easiest to take and put your primers in with the tray off of the gun or the priming tool, and I usually drop them right here. Let's see if I can find some primers. Small pistolitos. Small rifles. Okay. And yeah, so I like to go with CCIs, but if I have to, I'll shoot some Winchesters or some Remingtons or whatever. I mean, primers are primers. They rarely fail, but sometimes they do. Yeah, okay, got it in there. So what you're gonna do is turn your primer pocket upside down, and then press out the tray, put it back in together, whatever. I will say one thing: if I had all over to do it over again, would I purchase the one that's square, or would I purchase the round one? Obviously, if you purchase the square one, it's going to be easier to take and put your primers in here, but for the difference, I think it's about 15 bucks between the round version and the square version. I'll just go with the round version, to save a little bit of money. That's just my style. But yeah, so you're going to take and pick it up, and it has these raised ridges. I don't know if you can see it or not. But just taking, yeah, there you go. And obviously, you guys that have been reloading a little bit, I mean, I'm not telling you anything new, but if this is for the people that are trying to get into reloading. But yeah, once you take and just shake it like so, the ridges will take and turn up your primers. And you're gonna want them with the gold or silver, or the inside of the primer facing up. And with this tool, all you gotta do is slide it in like so. But let's see here. let's take and show you guys how to take and set the thing up first. Okay, so you know, changing out, you know, from large to small primer pockets is pretty easy. All you gotta do is take and you've got these two things. You got two plastic pieces right here, and they come apart. And basically, what happens is you take in your shell holder, and it says, you know, recommends using RCBS shell holders. I don't. I use whatever I have, and you know, it could be Lee's, could be Lyman's, RCBS's, Hornady's, whatever you have. But yeah, so you're gonna take your primer pocket or your shell holder and drop it on this piece of plastic like so. Then you're gonna shoot this thing, this little plastic apparatus, shoot it up in there. It's easier to take and get it spun around with it out of the gun or the priming tool. Okay. Alright, you get it, you know, a nice click in there, and then it has a spring inside, and then it has a little connecting bar up in here, and yeah, this little connecting bar is a pain in the butt sometimes. It's got two ends, both of the ends are round, and sometimes it comes out of place. So you have to get it back in there, and then maybe we'll get the connecting rod to slide up in there like so. Yes. Sometimes that can be a pain in the butt. But then you've got this this connecting bar rather that goes into the priming tool and connects to this little handle here, and you take and screw it in. I mean, it takes literally 30 seconds to change out tools. And if you have a malfunction to where, like, say, the casing up in here, you have it in there, and maybe primer doesn't go all the way in. Well, to take and, you know, say you have that problem, all you got to do is slide this whole piece, this white piece out, like so, and then take off your shell holder, put it in your press, and then use your decapping tool to take and knock out that primer. But yeah, so we're gonna be, you know, priming some brass right quick. Good thing about this this priming tray, like most priming trays, it has like a little thing where you can spin it, and that will stop the flow of primers to your priming tool. Alright, now we're all set to do some priming. But yeah, just take and open your little gate on the priming tray, and let them fall in like so. Click, bam. Ooh, if you don't drop them, it goes pretty quick. You could probably prime up, you know, I would say, who knows how many in a hour or so. I mean, you probably did 500. I've never timed it, but it takes no time. And you know, some people are like, well, I've got a progressive press. Well, okay, this isn't for you. You don't need that. But for the guys that are doing some single stage reloading, which is where most people start off, you're gonna want a good priming tool. And the ones that are on the most of the presses, I mean, I don't like them personally, but I mean, you might love it. You know, that might be what's for you. But for 33 bucks, you know, this is what I want to take and prime my casings with. And rarely ever will you have malfunctions. If you find yourself, you know, running through some 223, like that one was a little hard there, and you're running, like, let's say, Lake City brass. Well, those primer pockets are crimped, and you know, that's going to be hard to take and to prime up sometimes. That means you might need to take and get you a primer pocket reamer, or maybe a primer pocket, you know, deswagger, or a swagging tool, whatever you like to call it. But I have a deswagger and or a swagger, and I absolutely love it. Might do a good review on that. But yeah, you get the point. This is pretty darn quick, and I'm not going to bore you anymore with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.